Hey everybody, today I want to tell you about the tarot deck. What is it and why should you get a reading? And is it really evil? Many Christian people are warned, I believe, in the Bible or in some other source to stay away from psychics or mediums or tarot or anything like that. And I'm going to show you why it's not evil and it's really good for you. Tarot decks come in 78 cards. If it's a deck that has anything but 78, then you're probably looking at an oracle deck. It's not tarot. Now, the cards I chose was the chakra deck, which is really a colorful deck. Having a tarot deck is like having a life coach in your back pocket. I'm going to talk to you about the cards without the spiritual aspect or the psychic aspect. I'm just going to talk to you about them as they are physically. Now, each card has a picture on it, and the picture represents a certain message or life event or experience or circumstance. Now, in the case of the Tower is all about things falling apart. But it's not just like a card of like doom and your world is falling apart or your world is going to fall apart. It is about a lot of things have to fall apart for new beginnings to happen. So sometimes in life you could be experiencing the loss of a job, and you might see it as something that is a misfortune, but in reality it's now encouraging you to actually follow your dreams and work a job or a career that you actually do love. So next I want to talk about the Devil card. What this card represents is not an actual devil, it's just lower vibrational behavior. Sometimes it could be jealousy, it can be cheating, it could be self-deception, it can be addictions. When this card comes up, it can be, about somebody around you, depending on how you ask the question, or it could be about yourself. And it could be as simple as like a sugar addiction or addicted to TV, or like it doesn't have to be about alcohol or drugs or anything really hard. It may be the case depending on your reading, but this card represents just lower vibrational behavior that you want to overcome. And the cards can be reversed, and so then they take on a different meaning as well. So the next card I want to talk about is Two of Cups. So this card here, as you can see, there's a couple lovers on here, and this card is about connection, love or self-love, and just feeling like forces joining and united. So that's a really positive, lovely card. And then I have one more I want to tell you about for now. This Six of Coins. And this card represents like giving back, your karma, being in a position of power, charity, donations, like how can you give back in life? Okay, so out of 78 cards, there's going to be a message. There's actually double messages. If you receive the card upside down, it's a different message. If you receive it right side up, it's usually the more positive message. But yeah, all of these cards represent like life events, circumstances, behaviors, and all of the cards kind of give you, I would give you a guidance of like steps you can take to improve. So it's not just like, here's what you're doing wrong, let's put it all in your face and just let you sit with that. It's not like that. A reading is, like I said, having a life coach in your back pocket. So the cards will kind of illuminate what's happening, and then from there I can give you guidance and direction into steps that help you, that raise your vibration, that improve your relationships, that improve your career choice, improve your health, improve your happiness, whatever category that we've chosen. I can give you guidance on that as well. Now, I'm going to talk about the spiritual or psychic aspect of a reading. Now, what I actually love to do, I always meditate before I do a reading. And what I love to do is I'll get your questions ahead of time, and I will pull the right card. For me, this is how I do it. I will be saying your question out loud. It'll be written on a piece of paper, and I'll be thinking about it or saying it out loud. And as I do that, I shuffle, and like a card will typically fall out, reveal itself, or kind of stick out of the deck. And then that's the card that is going to be right for that question. Sometimes if I'm not sure, like say a few cards flop out, I'll just kind of ask. What I do is I place my hands over the card and close my eyes, and I might say like, is this the right card? And I might hear yes. It's either a yes or a no. Now, sometimes if I'm like, the card fell out like this, I don't know if it was meant to be this way up or this way up. So again, I will place my hand over the card and be like, is this the correct way up? And I'll hear no. So then I'll turn it around. Okay? And then I'll get all the cards out. So say you have 3 questions. We've got the 3 cards out. They've all come out as I was asking your question, and they've jumped out at me. And then I'll move on to the next card. I know once I know they're all here, I'll ask the question that's written down. So let's say it is this job that I had an interview the right job for me? So I'll ask that, I'll close my eyes and I'll listen, and I could hear a yes or no, or I could hear for now, or I can hear anything that is meant for you. Whatever is meant for you will come through. Now I write that down, and then I move on to the next card. And I ask whatever question that is, and I write that down. Then I move on to the next and write that down. Once I've got all the messages written down, this is coming from spirit guides. That is a psychic source. My spirit guides, or the spirit guides of yourself, are going to communicate with me to give messages for your highest and best. So I'll write them down, then I'll flip the card over, and I'll look at the card, and I'll record which one it is, of course, in what way, if it's upright or reversed. And then I'll intuitively look at the card and see the symbolism and think of your question and see how this card answers that question. What is the information I have? So I'm going to write that down. Then I will move on to the next cards until I've gone through that. At the end of the reading, I've received psychic messages. I've intuitively picked up what the message is out of the card. Then when I'm finished, I like to go online and just dig in a little more and get a little more details for you so that I can give you a really full report. A full tarot reading with lots of loving guidance. If there's any resources, like say this is on health and wellness, and I think of something that is going to help your situation, I have a lot of experience with that. I'm also a health and wellness influencer, so I have done many tests and tried many products, and I have quite a knowledge base of guiding people in the health and wellness space. I've also lost 85 pounds myself, and I've taken care of my health, mind, body, and soul really well. So I will give you links, books, information in whatever way that I can, because I love to help people, and I want to be here to put you in the right direction and on the right path, and strive for personal growth. So I hope that answers what a tarot reading is like. A life coach in the deck itself, a life coach with the experiences that I've had and tools and information that I can give you, and then also messages from spirit guides.